Good morning, everyone. Welcome to TSN English class. Now, today we'll start with the new book that is Snapshots, and the chapter number 1 of this book, The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse. And the chapter is written by William Saroyan. Here, this story is about two poor Armenian boys who belong to a tribe whose hallmark are trust and honesty. So basically, this chapter is all about two Armenian boys, and these boys belongs to a tribe whose hallmark are trust and honesty. That means this tribe is known, basically known for hallmarks here means known for its trust and honesty. So this story about the two cousins, and these cousins are Armenian boys, and the name of these cousins are Aram and Murad. So one day back there in good old days when I was 9 and the world was full of every imaginable kind of magnificence and life was still a delightful and mysterious dream. My cousin Murad, who was considered crazy by everybody who knew him except me, came to my house at 4 in the morning and woke me up tapping on the window of my room. So, here the narrator is talking about that one day back there in good old days. वो कह रहा है about one day, and good old day here means he's talking about his old days when he was a kid. So he's talking about when he was a kid, these days were, or those days were very good. When I was 9 and the world was full of, and he is 9 years old, and the world is full of every imaginable kind of magnificence. जो वर्ल्ड है वो उसके लिए एक तरीके से कैसा था, पूरा शानदार, या द वर्ल्ड इज़ फुल ऑफ इमेजिनेबल थिंग्स जिसमें वो कल्पना कर सकता है. एंड लाइफ वॉज स्टिल अ डिलाइटफुल एंड मिस्टीरियस ड्रीम. एंड द लाइफ इज़ फुल ऑफ ब्यूटिफुल, डिलाइटफुल मीन ब्यूटिफुल एंड मिस्टीरियस, रहस्य भरी ड्रीम से भरी हुई थी. हिज कज़न, so his cousin Murad, he is crazy by everybody. Everybody thinks that here considered means everybody thinks that, or that Murad is a crazy guy. Who knew him except me? Here narrator is also describing that nobody knows Murad perfectly except then the narrator came to my house at 4 in the morning, and that boy Murad is coming to narrator house and 4 o'clock in the morning and woke me up, and he woke him up, narrator को उसने जगाया, and tapping on the window of my room, और उसकी खिड़की पर टैप किया या अपने हाथों से थपथपाया. Aram, he said. Here, Aram, he said. So what he said? Aram, because he want to woke him up, so he called his name. I jumped out of bed and looked out of the window. And here narrator जो है वो अपने बेड से कूदा and he looked out the window. I couldn't believe what I saw. When narrator looks behind the window, when what he saw, he couldn't believe that whatever he is looking at. It wasn't morning yet, but it was summer, and with daybreak not many minutes around the corner of the world, it was light enough for me to know I was not dreaming. So, here the narrator is talking about the summer morning, and this story is about two boys and a white horse in a village in San Joaquin's Valley, California. And here he is talking about one summer day when Adam is 9 years old and Murad is 13 years old. They belong to a Garogalian tribe, which is known for its honesty. And these two boys were extremely fond of riding, but they and their tribe are very poor here. So he is explaining about his cousin that one morning when he looked out of his window, his cousin Murad, he calls him, and what he saw over there, that these are the summer days and these days are very bright than the winter days. So अभी सुबह होने में थोड़ा समय ही बचा था, and it was not too dark, 4 o'clock in summers. So it was light enough for me to know I wasn't dreaming. So here enough light जो है मॉर्निंग 4 o'clock में थी कि आयरम जो है उसे ये ना लगे that he was not dreaming. He knows that I was not dreaming at all, that whatever he's seeing, that is real. My cousin Murad was sitting on a beautiful white horse. I stuck my head out of the window and rubbed my eyes. Yes, he said in Armenian, it's a horse. You are not dreaming. Make it quick if you want to ride. So here, and the boy is saying that my cousin Murad was sitting on a beautiful white rose. When he looked after the window, what he saw that his cousin Murad is sitting on a beautiful white rose. I stuck my head out of the window. उसने अपना head जो है वो window से बाहर निकाला and rubbed his eyes. Why he is rubbing his eyes? Because it's early in the morning and the time is 4 o'clock. So he rubbed his eyes. Yes, he said in Armenian. So उसने Armenian भाषा, because the both of the boys belongs to Armenian tribe. So उसने Armenian भाषा में कहा that it's a horse. You are not dreaming. Make it quick if you want to ride. Yes, yeah, it's true. You are not dreaming here means it's true. And if you want to ride on this horse, then please join me. So here, move on to next page. I know my cousin Murad enjoyed being alive more than anybody else who had ever fallen into the world by mistake, but this was more than ever I could believe. Here in the narrator is saying that he know about his cousin Murad, and he is only one guy who wants to live his life by every now and then. And this boy who had ever fallen into the world by mistake. Here, ever fall into the world by mistake means कि he is talking about, narrator is talking about his cousin, कि जो उसका cousin है मुरेद, वो गलती से इस world में पैदा हो गया है. Who had ever fallen into world by mistake, but this was more than even I could believe. और ये कुछ चीज़ें जो हैं वो नैरेटर जितना विश्वास करता था उससे ज़्यादा उसे लगती थी. In the first place, my earliest memories had been memories of horses, and my first longings had been longings to ride. Here, Nat is explaining that he is only my earliest memories means in the beginning also, or in his early days also, he had been only dreaming about, or his memories about horses. His only thinking about memories here means thinking about horses, and my first longings had been longings to ride. And उसकी जो longings यानी जो उसकी महत्वाकांक्षाएं थी, that are also about the horses, and he wants to think more and more about the horse riding, but he never done that. This was the wonderful part. In the second place, we were poor, and secondly, first of all, he is always dreaming of horse riding, and thinking of horse riding, and he is also make some memories of horse riding. But the wonderful thing in their life is that or the wonderful word here means the shocking part of their life is that they were belongs to a very poor tribe. So these both of boys were belong to a very poor rides. And one day when Muraid comes to Aram house on a white horse and invite him to ride, Aaron knows that what was next. So this was the part that wouldn't be permit me to believe what I saw. And this is the second thing that he won't believe on that face that his cousin Muraid is having a horse in the morning, because they are poor and they can't afford that kind of expensive things in their life. We were poor, we had no money. वो इतने गरीब थे उनके पास ज़्यादा पैसा नहीं था. Our whole tribe was poverty. Even he is not talking about themselves, he is talking about their tribe. They, most of the tribe people, they are poverty stricken. Means here all of them जो है stricken means गरीबी से ग्रस्त थे. Even every branch of Gargolian family was living in most amazing and comical poverty in the world. यानी कि ये जो इनका जो पूरा ये he's talking about the whole tribe. Their whole tribe is amazingly and comical poverty in the world. अपनी गरीबी के लिए ही जानी जाती है. And people are making fun of them. Comical poverty here means people are making fun of them or their poverty. Nobody could understand where we ever got money enough to keep us with food in our bellies. And nobody couldn't understand. कोई ये नहीं समझ पाएगा that how this tribe making arrangements here got enough money, means making arrangements for their food or for their livelihood. Food in our bellies. Here bellies means their tummy. Not even the old men of the family. Even जो उनकी फैमिली के बूढ़े लोग हैं वो भी they are also doing the same thing. They are earning for their day-to-day food or requirements. Most important of all, though, we were famous for our honesty. And the most important thing about this tribe is that they are known for their honesty. We had been famous for our honesty for something like 11 centuries. And here Nat is describing that not for 1 or 2 days. They have been like no, they had been like famous for their honesty for 11 centuries. Even when we had been wealthiest family in what we like to think was the world. Here is narrator talking that कि अगर उनका और उनकी ट्राइब जो है इफ़ दे आर वेल्दीएस्ट, अगर वो लोग बहुत ज़्यादा पैसे वाले भी होते और बहुत ज़्यादा धनवान भी होते, then they will think about how the world was. We were proud first, honest next, and after that we believed in right and wrong. Here Ned is describing that he is proud on what they are for their honesty, and secondly they thought about what is right and wrong. None of us would take advantage of anybody in the world, let alone steal. इनकी जो ट्राइब है विच नैरेटर इज टॉकिंग अबाउट कि इनका जो ट्राइब है वो कोई भी ट्राइब का कोई भी व्यक्ति किसी दूसरे व्यक्ति का बेवजह they are not taking advantage, or they won't misuse anybody in the world, let alone steal. So here he's talking about that this tribe is famous for their honesty, and these disciplined tribes, they are poor but they are known for their honesty. So both of the Armenian boys belongs to that kind of a tribe here.